Hey, what's up, everyone? So, this is going to be the 67th opening that I'd like to share with you, which is the Hokuriku Buffalo opening. So, this is something that I saw played by a Japanese player, and I found it extremely effective as I was playing online and exploring the Buffalo opening. So, this is basically played as white. So, if you're a diagonal player for white, then this is potentially an opening that you want to explore. Um, so this basically starts off the sequence with f5, and of course you're white, and you play with f6, being the diagonal opening, followed by e6, d6, and then for black, if your opponent is playing c3, which is the buffalo opening, um, instead of playing the usual book moves, I've seen the most common ones being g4, g5, and also f4. These three I would say it's largely the most common counters to the Buffalo opening. But something that was interesting that I saw when I was exploring the Buffalo opening was that a Japanese player played d3 against me. So the interesting thing about d3 is not about the first counter move by black, because that one is easy. I would say that c4 is fairly intuitive for black to immediately regroup this, but rather after the d3 and then c4 expected sequence follow-up, white actually goes to f3. So after f3 is played, you realize that the best move over here, recommended by Reversatile or Droid Zebra, is basically e7. So this is very, I would say, counterintuitive for one to play to. Naturally, you would want to kind of either regroup to e3 or play even f4 or maybe even c5, which isn't so bad. It's fine, but in general, this entire shape makes it so dispersive, and on the flip side, you do reduce advantage as white. You don't really play the best book opening, but then you kind of give a surprise to your opponent, and it kind of limits black's options in some sense, because chances are that black wants to remain in the center. There's a high chance that black makes a mistake somewhere around here. Even if black takes c5, it's such an easy kind of intercept move for you just to play at c6 and just flip the d5 disc. And over here, I would say it's extremely difficult for black to kind of choose which direction to go down to. And regardless of where he plays, it almost seems to always give you a fairly easy response either way. So yeah, if black goes to the top, either way, you can still just take f4, and if black takes f4, you can jump into the center. If black jumps over here, you can still take f4, or you still have quite a number of options. So I would say that this opening is kind of special as white. So if you're playing white and you're playing diagonal, I think Hokuriku Buffalo might be something that is fairly useful, and you can play a variation. I would say that the follow up is a lot easier for white and harder for black for this one. So yeah, basically this is the starting move to d3 to kick off the variation. And of course, if your opponent plays say c5, then this is an extremely beautiful mini diagonal control and a horizontal line control. So yeah, do try out this opening if that opening suits you. I think it's something that I found quite interesting and very useful. So thank you very much for joining me in this episode, and of course, I'll see you at the next opening episode. Goodbye.